Hello, welcome to another LEGO review. Today's Marvel Superheroes 76022 X-Men vs. the Sentinel. Clearly kinda based on the Days of Future Past thing, with the whole Storm thing going on, with the Sentinel and, Storm and Magneto, even though they're fighting each other, which yeah, so you got Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, and Magneto, a different version of Magneto. I mean, thank God the Marvel side of things isn't doing the DC thing where there's the black suit Batman in almost every single box. Like, you gotta think, what the hell is going on with their marketing department or the copyright department? Like, what issue does DC Comics have over at LEGO that won't let them make more stuff? Because every time we get a new Marvel set, the characters don't really repeat. The only one who's repeated the most is Loki, and that's just so they can have a villain in all the Avengers sets. But of most of the sets, you always get new characters and new designs. So you're gonna got a new design for Wolverine, got a new design for Magneto, and 2 new figures. 3 if you include Sentinel as a figure, really. Cyclops is, I guess, the highlight in this one because he's on the 1:1 scale print on the box. I am digging this this whole X-Men design thing right here. I do like it. Yeah, pretty nice detailing on the back here. Tell you exactly what you got, and different photo of the set right there. So inside here, since this is, you got all the pieces came in 3 giant Lego plastic bags. Some older Lego builders would complain about that, like it's not as fun and not as challenging anymore because it's all separated into different bags, so it's easier to build in parts. Where in the past we just opened all the bags and put them together. Well, I think that complaint is invalid because if you do want the old classic challenge, just open all the bags and put them together. You don't have to follow the numbers. Like, your willpower must be too weak if you can't decide for your own that if you want to do them in the bags or all of them put into the same pile. 2 instruction manuals. Kind of annoying that they're not the same sort of way because first of all, they're not the same size, and second of all, they're not sort of stapled in the same way. But instructions were very simple with this. Guardians of the Galaxy advertising and X-Men advertising, which is kind of pointless. It's weird. All the Guardians of the Galaxy sets don't have X-Men printed on the thing, but the X-Men one has X-Men printed on the thing. Like, oh, you bought this set. You have to show me that. Ninjago, which by the way, they're actually doing a Ninjago movie, just like the Lego movie. Marvel Superheroes have it on the back, of course. Just how to play a toy on the back. And of course, you got the double-sided Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men comic. If you want to check out the Guardians of the Galaxy one, head over to the 76019 review. But since this is the X-Men set, I'll only be looking at the X-Men side. So Storm's like, haha, and which is like this cover is wrong. Like, you got the ship flying down. Who knows who's driving it? Maybe I don't know who's driving it. Jean Grey, maybe, and. He's clearly fighting the Sentinel, Magneto, and Wolverine, Cyclops, and Storm are attacking the reader. Like, how dare you read this comic? So Magneto's like, haha, shring shring. And Wolverine's like, oh no, and he's like, I'm so stupid, I fought for this trick again. And then Magneto assembles... he assembles the Sentinel, maybe? Or takes it apart? I don't know, it's not clear. But Wolverine's like, uh-oh, and then Storm and Cyclops fly in, like, we will help you, he assembles the Sentinel, and Sentinel fires stuff, and then Storm's like, I'm not having this, Magneto, I'll put you in the storm, and then Wolverine slashes, Sentinel slashes the ship because Cyclops is useless as always. Wolverine slashes the Sentinel because his arm off, and then he's not useless anymore and blasts the Sentinel. And then Storm helps put him down. And Wolverine's like, I'm grumpy now because Storm helped put me down. He's kind of like Batman if like Superman flies Batman around. And Cyclops is aiming his beam at Magneto and stuff. And that's it. Very short thing. Very much kinda... it's okay, like it kind of tells you what these characters do, so if people don't know them and buying the toy for the kid, they'll kind of know what's going on. It also comes with a sticker sheet, which has a Sentinel warning sign and for decals for the actual craft. So the actual set as the X-Men ship. Here we go. This is a very big ship for the size of. Actually, the box is pretty big, but this ship is bigger than I expected it to be, and you can, like, the gimmick of this is you can open this and you got these firing cannons. You also have separate cannons on the back, kind of like the Batmobile. And this is very, if you saw my review on the Guns of the Galaxy set with Rocket Raccoon, they have the same kind of guns here, but here you have two. And it's really 90s thing where you push these down and they will fire from your action figures. And that's a really powerful spring. So kids, aim it away from your eyes or other people's eyes. Unless it's Hitler, and it's okay. Or King Jong-un, feel free to kill him too. But yeah, very, very classic. And you do get a spare of these, so if you do lose one, you have one more to go. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Batmobile toys, like Bat vehicles, because that hides in the back. And of course, just like the X-Men ship design, all the wings are sort of reverse shape. But there is some articulation on, if you don't snap it, of course. You can, I say you can, it's really hard. You can move these a little bit. Try not to, but it's kind of tough. I think these are meant to get down actually. There we go. So tiny bits of articulation, and that just popped off. So not too staple on the back, but it's okay. Like tiny bits of articulation. And of course, the other thing is, first of all, you can sit two people on the in the cockpit, and if you lift, oh wait, yeah, you can lift it up. What am I doing? Yeah. If you lift it up, you do have two extra seats in the back. So I guess when they do finally release an Xavier figure, he can play chess with Magneto. But that's where the Sentinel warning sticker goes. So if you don't apply the sticker, you can stick anything there you want, really. I probably will leave that blank because I don't want the warning Sentinel all the time, because there isn't a Sentinel there all the time. But I do like that this aircraft can actually hold more than one person, or two. You can actually put 4 people, and that's really nice. And you have a cupboard here, which does have stuff inside, but the chairs are blocking the way. So you can pull this out. It's like emergency equipment. There's hammer, a crowbar, not crowbar, a monkey wrench, and a fire extinguisher. Because Storm can't do that. But I guess if she's MIA, then you'll need that. Crappy cannons as always here. Those are just they just don't fire too well. So I'll put that in the back right there. That's done. Next you have the Sentinel, which here's a red one, but it's weird. This one is just more for display. He's got holes on each side, and you just stick this in and it stays there. Fingers are neat, but his thumb is just that piece right there, and that's kind of like Groot. The thumb doesn't move, it's disappointing. But just like Groot, I do like these joints. They're really fun, and I like the whole pink and purple thing going on. Not purple haze. But one thing I did do is I took a spare stud and stuck on his head, because by default his head just stays there and it can't move. So I sort of wish that they use one of those 2x2 turntable plates to stick there, so it can actually turn his head. So what I did, I'll probably find one of the spare turntable pieces and stick it there. But for now, I'll just stick this stud here, so he can actually be a stud and turn his head. It does have 2 cannons on the back as well, but this crappy one that doesn't really fire, so I just pretend that they're like police sirens, something like. But the face print is really nice, I think, and the chest torso print's also good. I'm glad it's not a sticker. Where's the focus? There it is. First we have Cyclops, which I know what they're going for, kinda like they're going for the traditional comic book-ish style. But this is really boring. Like the head's good, with the little tiny silver-ish line on the red. And that's good, 'cause it's a nice detail, but the body is so boring. It's just generic muscle with two belts, one on the front and on the back. I don't, like, it's okay, but both Deku and Shinyon bootleg figures, Cyclops, look way better. I mean, Deku one kind of sucks compared to Shinyon one, so Shinyon one's the best, but they both of them have more going on. Like, they actually have like printed stuff on the legs and all the yellow armor everywhere. This just feels, I mean, if you like simple designs, it's okay, but I prefer like the X-Men suit with more stuff going on, and this one is just kind of boring. I mean, for what it is, it's good, like nothing wrong with the print issue, but the design just seems kind of lazy. You can go there. Okay, next we have Wolverine, which again is also in the sort of more traditional comic book style. I'm glad they finally have one of these heads, because until now you can only get one of these from one of the custom Lego accessories websites, and this is really good because you can definitely stick this on the other Wolverine figure that we already have and it'll be just fine. And on the front he has this glasses thing going on, the goggles for the helmet. But the overall head design is pretty same. The back is the same head design but a new expression, and that's good. Like, it's a new expression to complement the previous Wolverine, unlike all the Batman figures which is always the same bloody face. Even Tony Stark heads in Iron Man has a few different faces. Now Wolverine has more faces, and he only has 2 figures out so far, but the face is really good design. However, I still have issue with not enough white on the goggles, but when this is on, it does look okay. As for the suit design, again, I know where they're going from, but it would have been neat if there was some sort of leg printing as well, because I mean, this is just like the same design on the Cyclops figure, just with extra brown patch in the middle. So it's like we get so many figures in this set, and that's why they decided to make them super cheap or something. Oh, Wolverine stand there. And I'm still not too sure how I feel about the Wolverine claws that he actually holds them. One other thing is he does come with Wolverine hair, so which is good. So I'll put the hair in front of him, his toupee. Next we have Magneto, which again thankfully is a new design, but again it's not too special. It's got this metal stage that he flies on. Like, the helmet is also slightly different from the previous one, which again it's neat to have new parts, and in that sense it's good. But the actual print again is kind of eh. Face is pretty much the same as the previous version. Back is just boring. It also has this whole, I think it must be the 70s vibe. He's got a V-neck thing where he's showing off his chest, like, yeah baby. I'm Magneto. And he actually comes with Magneto hair, which is just the Joker hair, but white. Which is good, because the last Magneto didn't come with any hair, on the Deadpool set, so that's annoying. And finally we have Storm, who's pretty decent. Her body's decent. Not that way. Head's pretty good, both sides. Back is kind of boring, but it makes sense the way it looks. And Lego actually cut out a new cape shape for her that actually makes sense for Storm to have. So she's got the correct shape cape. They didn't just reuse standard capes like that one, like they do a lot of other characters. So that's cool. Lightning bolts, of course, but however, her leg printing is really bad. I don't know if you can see too clearly on the camera, but in order to paint brown on a black plastic, they need to underline it with white first. So you print white and they put brown on top of the white so the brown can show off. Over here, it almost feels like that they didn't wait long enough for the white to dry. So when the brown was printed on it, it does this tiny smudges on the paint, and that's not cool. I mean, for the price that these things go for, it's not really acceptable, and it's just a huge disappointment. People who buy them from the UK or America, can you tell me what the print is like with your recent figures? Because I have a feeling that the Hong Kong stock are all printed in Chinese factories, hence the different quality. Because I sort of really noticed the drop in quality when I came back to Hong Kong buying these Lego sets compared to what they were when I was in England. And so I hope someone could confirm me about this issue. So that's the X-Men set. Is it a good set? Yes. You got a classic robot thing that's in the new movie and from the cartoon, and of course the comic books. But I think most people really remember the cartoon because it was a hit back then. So like Ninja Turtles, you remember the cartoon and not the comic books. And Sentinel is definitely designed to look like its counterpart in the cartoon as well. So yeah, what do people think about this? You got Wolverine, you got Storm, you got Cyclops. I mean, even though some designs are questionable, you do get 3 X-Men, a villain, and Magneto, and that's a really nice aircraft that can fit a lot of characters inside, just like it should. This isn't like a downsized version of a craft, like a lot of Star Wars spaceships where you can only fit like 2 people in there instead of 4. You can actually fit the correct amount of people in there. So that's really good. And technically you have 2 rooms. You got a cockpit and a back room, so you can do more things. So I think it's a really good set. Yeah, so subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. Bye.